again. You know, sometimes you wander and stray and you get off the path where you ought to be. And sometimes your only hope is to call out on the one who gave his life for you on Calvary. And we're going to be singing a lot to him today. And I'm telling you, I remember when I was out there running around, and I remember when I was lost, and I remember when I needed to be found. And that day I said, here's what I said. Well, I said, well, I believe I go back home. Yes, well, I believe I go back home. I'm going to tell my father, I done wrong, so Father, let me come back home. Thinking about it. I said the prodigal son, the youngest one, he had a mind to go astray, and he asked his father for all his possessions, and then he went away. He went a-eating and a-drinking and a-wasting his wealth, doing all the sport himself. When his so-called friends saw his money was gone, then they all packed up and left. He said, well, I believe I'll go back home. Yes, I believe I'll go back home. I'm gonna tell my father, I done wrong, so Father, let me go back home. Here's what happened next. One day he got so hungry, he didn't know what to do when he saw what they fed the swine. He thought about his father and all his possessions, and that's when he made up his mind. I'm gonna tell my father I was sinned against God, and I sinned against him too. God, if you take me back just one more time, then I'll make it up to you. And he said, well, I believe I'll go back home. Oh, Lord, I believe I'll go back home. Yes, I will. I'm gonna tell my father, I done wrong, so Father, please let me come back home. Well, his father saw his son coming, and he met him with a smile. My son was lost, and now been found. Welcome home, my darling child. The father told his servant, go kill the finest calf. We're gonna celebrate too. For my son was lost, but now been found, and he's gonna be like you. Well, some of us are like the prodigal son. It's hard for us to obey, 'cause the Father had blessed us with so many blessings, they can fool us to go astray. But Jesus standing clear